Hey, it's me, GV, and welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Let's 100% Fallout New Vegas. In the last episode, we got a lot of points towards good old Boone. Speaking of... Oh, there you are. Hi, Boone. Yeah, and we're gonna hopefully try to finish Boone off today. Well, okay, let's not say it like that. I know Boone's a stressful guy, but there's other ways to relieve that stress, I'm sure. Hi. So we're gonna try to finish Boone's sort of companion point system today, and also meet a new companion. I think I'm trying to, you know, make this a really, where's a bet? Oh, there we go. Sweet, free healing. I'm trying to do this in an efficient way. So part of that, hi Cass, by the way, another follower. How we're gonna do that is we're going to travel to the strip real quick. Let's see. Also, do we have, we need to find, Camp McKinnon, or whatever it's called. I forget what, McCarran. Yeah, Camp McCarran, to get the final, piece to Boone's puzzle. But first, we're gonna go to the Strip North Gate. I think that was the quest marker that you go to get into the Strip.
You look new to Freeside, so here's a little advice, friend. Don't go past the South Gate greeter without talking to it first.
Why wouldn't I want to go past the greeter?
Those bots are programmed to vaporize anyone who enters the fenced-in area without authorization from the greeter.
Thanks for the advice. Who are you?
The name's Old Ben. I've been living in Freeside since the day I was born.
What's your story?
I've done a bit of everything around here. Courier, butcher, crier, escort, gun for hire. Some of which I'm not proud of, but I do my best to help around town when needed.
Let's talk about something else.
All right.
Goodbye.
Till next time.
Yeah, man, I've already been in the Strip. Thanks for the advice. So yeah, Old Ben's a character, but we don't really have time to get the story of how he was able to create his massive microwavable rice empire. For now, let's go ahead and leave Boone here. What the hell was that? Yeah, so there's all sorts of, like, triggers and stuff that I'm keeping an eye out for. By that, I mean, like, little cutscene triggers, dialogue triggers, etc. Okay, what's up, Boone? We're gonna have to tell you...
What is it?
Actually, nothing but. Yeah, wait here.
I'll sit tight.
Okay, thanks. So yeah, we need to go to Camp McCarran, and hopefully we can do that now. I don't think there's anything that will stop us from getting in there. But before we do that, like I said, I want to do this efficiently, and part of doing this efficiently is finding the other companion, because there's, just like with Boone, there's a point we can get for another companion that I'd like to, before. And that companion should be right about here, I think? So, let's go to the Ranger Station Alpha and try to find this other companion, because how this works is that this companion that we're going to go find now will get a point if we walk into Camp McCarran. So basically, I want to bring her there first. I guess it doesn't really matter, though, does it? Yeah, I guess I didn't really have to do it this way now that I think about it, but I want to bring her there first to get her the point, and then bring Boone in there because there's some points we can get for Boone. So if we're keeping track in our head, as far as I understand, we only need one more point for Boone to be able to give us his full life story, and then thus be able to do his companion quest. And as I said, we kind of have to do these. Are you really not going to let me go over the mountain? Seriously? And as far as I understand, you know, we really want to get these done at the start of this playthrough so that we don't miss out on... How the hell... Okay, where are we in conjunction to this quest marker? I'll see you guys once we're there. Okay, we are coming up to the spot that I was referring to earlier. Anyways, I don't even know what I was talking about. We need points for each of them, and Boone, I think, is 1 point off. And this person here also needs points, and there's like 1 or 2 other companions that need points as well. The other ones you can get, like, no matter what, so we'll be fine. But these first ones, we gotta be really careful. So this is 188 Trading Post, and there should be somebody here, and I have not... talk to this person or engage with this person so incredibly long that I don't even remember where they are, although I do remember having them as a follower at one point at least. And I think they're a fan favorite character. I think pretty much all of the companions are fan favorite characters. I think people generally really dig them, but I just don't remember. And this should be them right here.
Hey, no offense, but you look like you've traveled a long way down some bad roads. Where'd you come from?
I'm not entirely sure.
Yeah, guess the roads must have been long then, if you forgot where you started from. Well, welcome then. I'm Veronica. I live in a hole in the ground.
You live in a hole in the ground?
Well, a bunker, if you want to get technical. I think it sounds more interesting my way. But I'm not there much anymore. I'm usually out here picking up food and supplies for my family, whatever they need.
So you just leave your family in the bunker?
Yeah, I'm not worried. They can handle themselves. But somebody has to get the groceries, know what I mean? And actually these days, I think they'd rather have me out here anyway. But that's a whole other story. So listen, can I ask you something on the level?
Go ahead.
I had a run-in with this group calling themselves the Brotherhood of Steel. Pretty strange bunch. Do you know anything about them?
Now, would our character... Well, I guess it doesn't matter because we have a check here. But, I don't know if Avery actually... I mean, we've heard about them.
They're usually harmless unless you use advanced technology around them, like I do.
Well, that shouldn't be a problem for me. I can't afford anything like that. Hey, so where are you headed anyway?
Let's see. Where are we headed? Yeah, I guess this one works.
I just kind of drift from place to place.
Just wherever the wind takes you, huh? I like that. Keeps things interesting. I'll be honest. You're the first person I've run across out here that looks like he can really handle himself. There are places I've never been to that'd be too dangerous for just me. What do you think? Maybe we could travel together. Help each other out.
I like a gal that just offers to travel together as opposed to me trying to convince them. That sounds good to me.
Where are you hoping to go?
Oh, nowhere in particular, really. Just hoping to see more of the world. Looking for a fresh perspective. I want to see how different groups have adapted to survive in the Mojave. See if there's something I can learn from.
Don't you have a family to feed?
Like I said, they can handle themselves. And I'm not the only one getting supplies for them. It's a big family.
Well, these two aren't good.
You don't look like much. What do you bring to the table?
Good. That's the look I was going for. Trust me on this one, though. You'll be glad you brought me along. If I turn out to be a burden, we can part ways at any time. No hard feelings.
Why can we not take her? I'd like to, but I can't take you with me right now. Why is that? We dropped off Boone, didn't we? Is he still considered, like... Oh, he must still be considered following us, I suppose. Shoot. Well, hopefully, like, telling him to go his own way doesn't change things. I don't think it does.
I'd like to, but I can't take you with me right now.
Aw, you really know how to make a girl feel like a stray cat. But, okay, my offer stands. If we run into each other again.
Yeah, I didn't realize that. So since we only told Boone to wait, we must not be able to take Veronica. Because as far as I understand, as somebody mentioned in a comment, I think... Oh, there's Camp McCarran. Oh, sweet. I thought it was more north here. Okay, so... Yeah. Oh, and it tells us where Boone is, too. Cool. I don't remember that being a thing. Yeah, I think we have to go back, tell Boone to actually go a separate way, and also... you know, then return... Oh, jeez. Okay. That's what happens if you try to get in and you don't pass the credit check. Rip. So I'll see you all once we get back to Veronica. And let me also make sure that this is not going to reduce Boone's affinity towards me. Okay, so you can tell Boone to wait at the Lucky 38, and we should be all good. I don't know why, you know, affinity would drop. That would really suck.
Couldn't get enough of talking to me the first time, huh?
I'm ready to travel with you.
Good. I'd hoped you'd come around. Shall we?
Let's shall.
Now you're talking. One thing you should know first, though. I ask you about the Brotherhood because I'm one of them. I know, but I had to know how you react when I told you. We have made a lot of enemies. You still okay bringing me along?
As long as you're honest with me from now on.
Sure. Just don't ever ask me if your outfit makes you look fat.
Jeez.
Well, thanks for taking a chance on a naive young girl from California with stars in her eyes and a pneumatic gauntlet on her hand.
Veronica has given you the Scribe Assistant perk.
Let's hit the road, huh?
Let's hit the road. Okay, so that's our second follower of the game. Let's take a look at what perks she gives us. I have forgotten all of these because I never roll with companions, ever. So let's see. We've got Scribe Assistant. While Veronica is a companion, the player can craft workbench items through Veronica's dialogue. Boring. Don't care about that. All right, let's take a look at the map. We need to go over to... Also, we need to get rid of that. We need to go over to Camp McCarran. So I'm going to put a marker there, and can we just head over there? Like, is that as easy as it is? Cannibal Johnson's Cave and then a short walk. I'm just scared that this is actually part of a city, like part of the actual strip itself, and we're not going to be able to just walk on over there, but I suppose we'll see. Let's see, is it long enough that I should cut? I'm not sure. It's always a weird thing doing these Let's Plays with these big exploration games because I'm always unsure. You know, I don't want to come off as lazy by not cutting. It's not really that. I just know that some people are like, GV, I want to see all the Mojave has to offer. Yes, I know I've seen it a million billion times, but I still really want to see it. So I'm not sure. It's always like, I wonder if I should cut, if I should not. Usually I don't, at least at the start of the playthrough, you know. But let's see. We'll just walk a little bit more and we'll see how far we are away from Camp McCarran. And so, yeah, she should get a little bit of a speech check or a little bit of a companion check, basically, once we actually enter Camp McCarran, I think. And then we can go ahead and get Boone back and then enter Camp McCarran. And there's a lot of stuff, apparently, that we can do in Camp McCarran with Boone that'll help us out. But all we need is 1 point if we're keeping track. And then Veronica, I think, is much easier. And then there's another character in the Old Mormon Fort, I believe, that is also on a point system. But apparently with them, you can just do one thing. And, like, you don't even have to do the point system. I'm not entirely sure. Okay, where are we at? All right, I'll see you guys. Yeah, that's actually pretty far now that I think about it. I'll see you guys once we hopefully enter Camp McCarran. I hope I'm not misremembering and it's actually going to be harder to get in here. Okay, we're coming up on an entrance here. Gosh, I had to completely circumvent this entire thing to get over here, so this better be worth it. I don't know why I'm thinking we're going to be blocked off, but here's Camp McCarran. Okay, so far so good.
It's been a long tour. All I can think about now is going back home.
Sweet, dude. All right, he doesn't really mind. Hopefully we just walk on in here. There we go. Now let's see if Veronica actually talks to us. Is she gonna say anything, maybe? No. Okay, we'll see if we can get some info, perhaps. Maybe we actually have to walk in through the front door. But let's try talking to her now.
What'd you think of Mr. House? I was surprised he only had the 2 robot sex slaves.
2? I only saw 1.
Tell me about yourself.
I like long walks in the desert and candlelit metal workshops.
How can I best use your skills?
I like punching things, but sometimes shooting things just has to do.
Anything else?
Yeah. I've been taking things apart and putting them back together since before I said my first word. You want to build something? Talk to me, and we can do it right there on the spot. Workbenches are for novices. Who knows? I might even be able to show you a Brotherhood trick or two.
Workbenches are for nerds! Tell me about yourself.
My favorite subject.
What are your goals?
I want a dress.
A dress?
Yeah, a good one. Something elegant and classy, you know? But still stylish. Something that's eye-catching and sexy, but also says, don't fuck with me. I keep hoping I'll come across some old-world designer gown when I'm scavenging, but it never happens. Maybe I should move back to California.
That's your goal? You want a nice dress?
Hey, you try getting a date wearing scribe robes. Might as well be wearing sweatpants. I just like them, you know? They make you feel like a woman. Those ladies before the war, they knew what they were doing.
Let's keep moving.
Let's.
Now, okay, we don't get a conversation trigger here, but we might have to actually walk into the building itself. We've got this giant NCR building up ahead here. What actually was it? What does it say up there? Yeah, an airport. That's what I was remembering. All right, let's walk inside and see if anything else happens. I'm not sure if she's supposed to talk to me or if I'm supposed to talk to her. Just so rusty with these companion mechanics, you know? Let's head inside the terminal. Okay, still nothing. No thoughts about this, huh? All right.
What's up?
Want to see if we can ask her specifically about this place. Let's see. Looks like nothing here.
Can you help me craft something?
Step into my office.
All right, so there we go. We got the crafting thing here, which we'll probably work with a little bit later, but for now...
I have questions I wanted to ask you.
He was dead when I got there.
Okay, I can totally see why everybody likes this character. I forgot her personality, but now I'm remembering. Let's see. Yeah, we can't really talk to her about anything. Okay, never mind.
Darn it. I had some spectacular answers coming too.
Goodbye.
See you around.
Okay, there's one last thing I want to do before we leave Camp McCarran. I know we're doing a whole lot of nothing here, but I also know people like to hear the hear the dialogue between companions, so I don't think I should cut that out, but regardless, I want to get something significant done in this episode. We're going to try to find one last dude, and I vaguely remember where they are. We're going to have to talk to this dude a whole bunch. I think they're back over this way, right? If it takes too long to oh, no, they actually might be over in that room over there. Yeah, I'm remembering the layout of this place, but not 100%. We're looking for a certain guy with a certain outfit. I think we went the wrong way. I think he is over on that side. Let's see, though. What is this? Okay, looks like the gulag. It's not what we want. How about over this way? Hello. Yeah, this might be it.
You got something to say, or do you always look like that?
Oh, okay, we need to come back here with Boone, by the way, for that specific thing right there. That door's inaccessible. All right, I'll see you guys. Man, so many cuts in this episode. I'll see you guys once we find this dude. Okay, this guy took forever to find. It looks like he's gonna talk to me, maybe?
Evening.
Evening.
A pleasure to meet you. I'm Dr. Thomas Hildern, Director of Operations, OSI East. I presume you're here about Vault 22?
No, this is the first I've heard of Vault 22.
No, they wouldn't have briefed you, would they? Probably better that our junior fellows stay within the bounds of their pay grade anyway. Vault 22. Where to begin?
I'm listening.
Imagine, if you will, the wasteland in bloom. Vast fields of corn that grow from seeds and produce their bounty in the space of a month. Orchards of trees, their branches weighed halfway to the ground, hung with fat, ripe oranges, a harvest that could feed a city or a nation. And all this, requiring no more than a few drops of precious water, and the efforts of only a handful of human farmers. Impossible?
Nothing is impossible.
Precisely. Science has proven that truth 1,000 times over. But how many wasteland savages believe it? Present company accepted, of course. The bounty I described to you is no idle fantasy. It exists in primitive form only a few miles from where we stand. We need only reach out and unlock its secret. For that, the OSI needs you.
Scientific discovery is never so simple as that.
Isn't it? One directs one's efforts, or the efforts of others, toward a goal, and progress is made. It's a matter of incentives, nothing more. I believe that the inhabitants of Vault 22 unlock the secrets of vegetative growth. Plants are spilling from their gate. No one tends them. No one waters them. Yet they multiply and spread in all directions. Find the reason for this miraculous growth, and I promise you the OSI will see that you are generously compensated.
All right, I'll do it.
Good. No need to check in with the NCR authorities. I can authorize your payment from OSI accounts. Vaults typically contain a server room on a lower level, where they would have backed up their research data. A computer room, you understand? Download all the information on the central server to your Pip-Boy, and you'll be certain to bring me any notes or samples that you find, won't you?
Anything else I should know?
I thought it was a fairly straightforward assignment. It's a simple question of retrieving the data, which shouldn't prove overly challenging. Downloading the data will be handled by your Pip-Boy. You might think of yourself as a mere means of conveyance. No insult intended, of course.
I had some other questions.
Oh? What might those be?
So one of the triggers for Veronica is to talk to this dude about, you know, I guess the OSI. I didn't catch what that stood for, but...
Tell me more about the OSI.
The Office of Science and Industry.
There we go.
It's a rather expansive topic. I could talk for hours, but I'm sure I'd bore you. Suffice to say, we are the leading edge of the NCR. Our work focuses on practical matters, medicine, engineering, biology. The dam, for instance. OSI routes its energy supply to our cities in the West. That's only one responsibility of this office.
You said you were the director of OSI?
Director of the entire OSI? Me? If I didn't know better, I'd say you were trying to plant seditious ideas in my head. No, I direct our Eastern operations. I've been responsible for squeezing unprecedented levels of power from the dam. I'm also confronting the problem of food production in what little spare time I have, but I've found some promising leads.
NCR has a food shortage?
Not yet, but our government understands the value of proactive thought. Our studies project an imbalance between production and consumption. Or, for a layman such as yourself, not enough food, too many mouths to feed. Mass starvation in a decade or so.
You're researching all these problems yourself?
Yes, with the assistance of my team, of course.
What other responsibilities does this office have?
We aid some programs the Republic has sponsored involving sharecropper farms in the area. But those haven't panned out too well from what I hear. There have been complaints about the amount of water we're supplying. But those are just excuses for lack of diligence, I'm sure.
Do you control the dam from here?
Directly? No. But we attempt to maximize its output. You have no idea how difficult it is to provide power to an entire nation. Fortunately, we also have the Helios 1 facility. One of our external contractors recently got the station up and running. His name was something like exceptional or marvelous or...
Fantastic. No, that was me. I fixed Helios 1.
I see. Of course you did.
Yeah, no, I did. Alright, we got one more dialogue here, I think. Let's run through this one more time just to see. Did we get everything?
What do you think of the NCR's chances against the Legion?
To be frank, I have no idea. I leave the fighting to Colonel Shu, and I expect him to leave the science to me. Too many people have opinions on things they know nothing about. And the more ignorant they are, the more opinions they have.
Goodbye.
Yes, goodbye.
Hello.
Now, hopefully...
Did Dr. Hildern... This really isn't any of my business, but... Did he give you a job?
Why, yes, Elizabeth Banks, he did.
Yeah, he asked me to get some data from Vault 22.
I shouldn't say anything. I know that. But you're not the first person Hildern sent out to the vault. There were a lot of mercs, one after another. None of them came back. Then about a week ago, there was a scientist, Keeley. She's unusual. Not the sort of person you'd expect, but she's an absolute genius, and he didn't mention her? Not even her name? Or any of the other mercs?
No, Hildern didn't mention anyone else.
But now he's hired you, which means one of two things. Either he heard back from Keeley, and she failed, or he's given up on her. Listen, I make a fair wage, but I'm not rich, not by any means. Maybe my kind of money wouldn't appeal to your average merc, but I'm willing to pay you if you'll find Keeley and make sure she's safe. Isn't right leaving her out there. No idea if she's alive or dead.
All right, I'll look for her.
I had a good feeling about you. Moment you walked in. I mean it.
Goodbye.
Right, good luck.
Now, Veronica should talk to us, yet she won't. I don't know why none of Veronica's things are triggering.
Yes? Something else you needed?
Since Veronica's here...
I'm not the first person you've sent to Vault 22, am I?
I never said you were. You've been speaking to Williams, haven't you?
Yeah, I have. What difference does it make?
Not at all. Informed speculation on my part. Williams is very good at her job, so it remains secure, despite her best efforts. No, you aren't the first person I've sent to the vault. I'm sorry that I neglected to tell you, but I don't see how it makes any difference.
The danger levels?
I won't double the caps, or I spread the word that you're full of shit.
All right. I'll admit that it's been difficult to find anyone willing to enter the vault. And I'd rather get the data sooner than later. You have a deal. I'll double your reward if you bring me the data. But this is as high as my budget will allow. Now, I know your time is valuable, so I won't waste any more of it. Feel free to show yourself out.
Sweet. Okay, Veronica, can you, like, get over here? Like, I don't know if she literally needs to be in the room.
Yes? Something else you needed?
Now, let's quickly run through all that stuff again. Okay. Tell me more about OSI. We'll just run through all of these. You said you're the director. You're doing all these things yourself. NCR has a food shortage. You're researching. What other responsibilities does this area have? What are the chances against the Legion?
And what's your opinion on Williams?
Williams is an admirable researcher. If she wasn't, I'd have terminated her contract, and she'd be begging for work from my former employers.
Why terminate her contract?
Williams has a tendency to feel before she thinks. Not in the lab, but everywhere else. That might be forgivable if she kept her concerns to herself, but she doesn't. Not in front of her peers, not even with contractors like yourself. That kind of behavior can undermine morale. She convinced my last contractor to quit. Same way she tried with you. Probably didn't tell you that, did she?
You didn't always work for the OSI?
No. The OSI hasn't been around for very long. I received my training elsewhere.
So who did... Jeez, this... I hope you guys like dialogue, man. Jeez, I didn't realize this guy had 18,000 lines of dialogue. So who did train you?
Before the bombs, I might have studied at any number of colleges, universities. They gave a man a chance to advance himself, or so I've heard. But after the bombs, until a few years ago, anyone with half a brain had one choice: the followers of the apocalypse. Didn't matter if you agreed with them or not. You either played along or you were turned away.
And what do the followers believe?
Knowledge for knowledge's sake. A society of equals. They purport to be intelligent people, and then they spout this old world dogma.
Doesn't sound like a good place for a person of ambition.
Exactly right. Imagine what the followers could have accomplished if they were properly motivated, if they had a unified purpose. Those of us who founded the OSI, we wanted to put our knowledge to work, and we have to some degree. But the execs at OSI Central, they're still bound to the old ideas, society of equals and all that. There's still too little direction. If I can make real breakthroughs here, show the President what can be done when junior researchers are kept in line, kept focused on task. Who knows? Maybe I'll be sitting in OSI Central in a few years' time, and there'll be no more coddling of free spirits like our friend Williams.
Well, okay, so that was this. Okay, are we done, dude? Just make sure there's no more. Yeah, we should be good. I have some other questions. All right, goodbye.
Yes, goodbye.
And Veronica's not okay. Jesus. Do we have to talk to her?
What's up?
Okay, let's see. Yeah, I feel like she's supposed to talk to us, and for some reason she's not. So this whole entire episode was a whole bunch of dialogue for, like, nothing. I mean, it's not for nothing because that is a big quest that he just gave us, but...
I have questions I wanted to ask you.
He was dead when I got there.
And there's nothing here. What the hell?
What do you think of the NCR?
I'm worried they'll be the death of the Brotherhood. They take what they want. We defend our interests to the death. But there's a handful of us and tens or hundreds of thousands of them. So it's not going to end well. Last time we clashed, we lost a lot of people. Retreated to our bunker. Now we're afraid to even move around during the day.
Goodbye.
See you around.
Oh my gosh, y'all. I don't even know what happened. Yeah, she's supposed to have 2 conversation triggers here, none of which she's done. One when you enter the base, and then one when you talk to that guy. And we exhausted all of his dialogue. And she ain't talking to us. I wonder if she's gonna do it later on. I don't know. God, I'm sorry this was an entire episode filled with dialogue. I wasn't planning on that to happen. I'm not entirely sure what to do now. Do I scrap the entire episode? I really don't feel good about having, like, nothing done in an episode, you know? I mean, I'm willing to go a little bit longer to try and get Boone back, I suppose. I'm hoping now that Boone will have his conversation. I don't know. This is, yeah, I did a whole bunch of research into these campaigns to make sure that we did everything right, and it's just not happening. Now, luckily with Veronica, there is, let's see, where are we going? Let's go back to the Strip North Gate. Luckily with Veronica, there are a whole bunch of conversations you can have, so we're not, like, locked out, but like I said, I didn't really want this entire episode just to be dialogue. It's kind of boring. You know, I'm assuming people did want to see that. Generally, when I ask, like, do people care about how much dialogue there is, usually people say, yeah, I don't mind it, let's keep it going. But, yeah, I don't know, an entire episode's a little too much, I think. Let's head into here, and we're gonna get Boone back. And, let's see, where is Boone? I told him to wait at the Lucky 38. Hopefully he's around here somewhere. I forget where they go if you tell them to wait, but we did tell him to wait here. What's happening this episode, man? Boone, let's take a look at the world map. Didn't say where he was. Now he's nowhere? But it might just be because he's not following us any. What is going on? I can't. Let's see. Let's look at our little compass here. There's like a guy there, a guy there.
Have a nice day.
All right, let's just tell Veronica to. Where's Veronica now? There you are. Okay, hi.
What's up?
Okay, I think we should part ways. Sorry.
Why does everyone always say that?
I do. We'll meet up at the Lucky 38.
Nice. Can I order room service?
Okay, and then she's gone. Are they, like, waiting somewhere? Are they waiting in the, I don't remember how this works. Hello.
Where to, partner?
Let's go to the presidential suite? Are they in here? Oh, there they are. Okay, that's what I thought.
Is it time?
Let's travel together.
I'm ready when you are.
All right, Boone, I am so sorry.
High roller, sweet.
Let's go back to the casino. I am so sorry, Boone, for foregoing you. I didn't realize all that would be almost a complete waste of time. What the hell? Let's go back to Camp McCarran. Yeah, I don't know. I really researched this, yo. I mean, it really sucks when you go out of your way to make sure things go right and they don't go right. All right, so we're going to head back in here with Boone, and I think we have to talk to a specific person, and I do not know where that person is. So, let me go ahead and try to find him. They might be in one of these tents, and I'll see you guys in just a second.
After me.
Okay, that was easy. He's right in this tent here. Here's Bitterroot.
I'm Bitterroot, first recon. You got a reason to talk to me?
How long have you been with First Recon?
While, I guess. I don't keep too careful track of time. I like to keep things simple. Just focus on now. That's why they made me a sniper. You let your mind wander back a ways and you lose sight of what's in front of your eyes. Good way to miss a mark.
Bitterroot. You have an unusual name.
You trying to start trouble? Or do you really not know where I got that name?
I didn't mean to offend. You don't have to tell me if you'd rather not.
It's a con name. You know, the great cons. That's what my parents were. I figured I grew up around the bastards. They owed me a name after all they put me through.
What happened to your parents?
They're dead. Got themselves killed at Bitter Springs. Served them right if you ask me.
So there's the Bitter Springs mention, which is what we're trying to queue up for Boone here. Obviously, Boone's had some experience with Bitter Springs himself.
Tell me about...
What? Tell me about happened? Ooh, the rare dialogue mess up, for lack of a better phrase. Jesus.
Tell me about what happened to them at Bitter Springs.
It was a massacre. That's what a lot of NCR folk will tell you. Most of them feel plenty bad about what happened. But I was there. Saw it myself. I don't care what anybody says. The cons asked for Bitter Springs. They wouldn't leave the NCR be. My damn parents, too. They were just as bad as the rest.
So your name, it comes from Bitter Springs.
You're not fully grown till you've taken a beat down. Everybody gathers around and hits you till you're damn near dead. After that, if you haven't begged for mercy, you get to choose a new name. One you'll use for the rest of your life. When NCR slaughtered the cons at Bitter Springs, I hadn't got my beat down yet. I was still too young. The way I see it, Bitter Springs was my beat down. So afterward, I gave myself a name. It's all I got from the cons. It's all I ever want.
You don't really mean what you said about your parents, do you?
Don't I? Mister, you never met my parents. My dad got himself fucked up every chance he got. Always started with folk for no reason. Hell, he was the one who taught me to shoot. You know how? By taking pot shots at NCR, and not just soldiers. Civilians, too. Even kids. Then he'd get high with his buddies and swap tales about the folk they killed. Bunch of animals. And my mom? A couple of times she tried to sell me to some waster just to score some jet. Even the other cons said she was useless. Only reason they kept her around was because she was a... how'd my dad say it? A smoking piece of ass.
How'd you survive the massacre?
Guess I could tell a pretty good story if I had a mind. But the truth is, I don't know. Just got lucky. They brought me to Daughtry after the battle. He was just a captain back then. Guess he saw something in me. Knew I didn't belong with the cons. Maybe he felt bad, too. About how his men killed my folks. I told him he did me a service, but he didn't believe me. Still doesn't. He's a good man, Daughtry. Doesn't act like it sometimes, I know. But he didn't have to take me in.
You're not telling me something. You couldn't have forgotten the whole massacre.
It's like I tell Major Daughtry. Best not to look under a rock if you don't really want to know what's there. Could be that NCR found some blood on me and none of it mine. Could be that a few of those cons didn't die from NCR bullets. I had scores of my own to settle. Deeper ones than NCR ever had. Don't bother asking who they were with.
I've heard enough. Let's talk about something else.
Yeah, that's probably best.
Your father is your commanding officer. Is that allowed?
Yeah, look. He's not my real father. He just looked after me for a while. It's a long story, and I'd get tired of talking before it was through.
We can ask that again, which is weird. There's so many glitches with this line of dialogue. Goodbye.
All right. Goodbye.
Holy crap. Yeah, seriously, I hope y'all like dialogue. I'm gonna try to mix it up in the future episodes. I'm so sorry this entire episode was just dialogue. Let's see. Did that trigger Boone? Come on.
What is it?
Come on, Boone. Come on, Boone. Oh my god, this game is killing me this episode. Yeah. What the hell? Ever take that beret off?
No.
Okay. I did see something about his wife. Tell me about your wife.
I met Carla while I was at the strip on leave. She said I looked lost. She talked a lot. Suited me fine. I never know what to say. And listening to her, it could make you forget. She stuck out pretty much everywhere we went. Like she was from a different time. A better time. I never met anyone like her.
Oh my gosh, man. Alright, well, let me try to finagle this and see if we can't get a trigger from Boone here. I have no idea what's going on. Maybe we just haven't traveled with these people yet enough. I don't know. According to literally everything I researched about these companion quests, you just literally need to trigger their dialogue. And so far with Boone, it's been okay, but yeah, with Veronica, we've just had dead ends, and now with Boone, it's not triggering the final one. So let me just try to finagle something here before we end this episode, and I'll see you guys once again in a second. Alright, well, no such luck.
Didn't think you'd be back.
We can run through the rest of this. He just gives us some more stuff here. Where can I find some work around here?
You a merc? Well, then I guess you want to talk to my father, Major Daughtry. He's our CO.
Yep, and then I talked to Boone. There's really nothing else. So we're going to do one last thing before we end this episode. At least we'll end it with something a little more juicy than all this dialogue. I mean, to be quite honest, like, this game is so rich and it has great writing, but enough's enough, you know? Like, trust me, if you're sitting there thinking, God, 40 minutes of dialogue, that's kind of too much. I am right there with you. So didn't really plan for this episode to go like this. Hopefully people dig it on some level if you really like the story and the lore and the writing and everything. But nevertheless, we're going to try to end on something a little more significant. If you remember, I mentioned that the weird instance going on over this way. This is another thing that you can do with Boone. So I'm hoping something will happen after this.
Right now. Boy, is she pissed. Boyd's in there with a prisoner right now. Boy, is she pissed.
So the prisoner is right over there, and he's wearing some Legion garb.
You stick out like a sore thumb around here. You sure you're in the right place?
Yes? You need any help?
Yeah. So far this has gone exactly as expected. Poorly. But with the work you've done for NCR already, you might be just what I've been looking for. We captured an honest-to-God Centurion of Caesar's Legion recently.
Is that a big deal?
Better believe it. Everybody in Caesar's Legion from Caesar on down will kill themselves before they can be captured. They're so twitchy they'd probably do it if you reached out to hug them. But here's this guy, who's an elite commander in their army, and he just gives himself up, even as his men are slitting their own throats around him.
What do you think it means?
Well, I don't know about you, but to me that sounds like a man who's willing to cooperate. Except he hasn't. Only times he speaks up are to insult you. He's a real prick, by the way. And I'm supposed to get information out of this guy.
What about a truth drug?
Don't have anything like that. Sounds nice. Like the kind of thing I'd want to take home and use on my husband. But even if we did, I don't know that I'd be comfortable using it. If there's any risk of overdose, it's not worth it. Asshole's too valuable.
Have you tried calling him hurtful names?
Yes, and one time I thought I saw a tear when I told him his uniform was unflattering. But I think he just got some dust in his eye.
Why don't you just beat your prisoners senseless?
I like the way you think. Have I said that yet? Problem is that the NCR frowns on using that sort of tactic. There are some restrictions still in place from President Tandy's administration. But here's my favorite thing about you. You're not in the NCR. Plus, for all this guy knows, you're completely insane. That's a winning combination.
So you want me to do what you can't?
I think if you rough him up enough and really put some fear into him, he'll sing like a choir boy. So let's do this. When you're ready, I'll go in and give you a little intro. Then I leave the room and you make him regret the day he was born. We go back and forth a couple times until either he talks or he can't move his jaw anymore. Either way, we've had our entertainment for the day.
Okay, let's get started.
That's the spirit. Okay, I'll go in and have a word with him. Then I'll call you in.
Now this is where you really got to be careful once you're with Boone here, if you don't want to miss out on a point for Boone.
Long time no see, Silus.
Lieutenant, I was just thinking about you.
That's so.
I was just thinking about that pretty neck of yours.
How sweet.
I was thinking about how it would look with a Legion slave collar on it.
I'll pass.
Do you know what I love about our slave collars, Lieutenant?
If you love them, maybe you should try one on.
I love how tightly they fit. I train my men to make sure the slave's flesh bulges a bit around the top and bottom. Know why?
It's all the rage in fashion circles?
Not quite. If you fit it just right, their body never gets used to the feeling of wearing it. It cuts in just enough when they swallow or turn their head to remind them who they belong to. And it's that constant reminder that keeps them docile.
In that case, maybe you'd better save the collar you were gonna give me.
Oh? For whom?
For a friend of mine you're about to meet. My friend isn't very docile.
And who is this friend of yours?
You know all the rules the NCR instituted to protect enemy prisoners of war?
Of course.
My friend doesn't. Oh, and Silus? If you resist at all, I'll personally blow your brains out. Come on in, he's all yours. I'll be back in a bit to see how you're getting along.
Okay, let's make sure that we don't do this wrong. We're gonna make a new save.
And I'll need you to surrender your weapons before you go in. You can pick them up from the locker on your way out.
I wonder now if we surrender the pistol that we were able to keep. Now, is Boone in here with us? I don't think he has to be. Also, let's grab a nice little thumbnail before we talk to this gentleman here. I'm sure he's going to be a magnificent, wonderful man to talk to, right? Oh, that looks swell. You look like such an interesting character. Thank you so much. Okay. So, hi there.
What an ugly little worm you are. What pile of excrement did the lieutenant pluck you from, worm?
Well, that's not nice. I think you're confused. I'm with the excrement right now.
You must have some reason to be in your line of work. Tell me, what did the Legion do to you? Did we enslave your children? Slaughter your family before your eyes to teach you a lesson? Whatever it was, I hope I was there to give the order.
Wow, you are really an awful, awful person. You must miss giving orders now that all your men are dead.
Foot soldiers of the Legion are trained not to have to think for themselves, to have conflict removed from their minds. They kill themselves to evade capture because they are not trusted to make such a decision rationally in the heat of battle. But I'm no foot soldier. I knew I could escape captivity on my own without revealing the tiniest iota of information to my captors.
Sounds to me like you were too gutless to follow Caesar's orders.
I'll show you gutless, you sniveling bastard. I'll spill your guts all over this room.
Oh, did I cause a little bit of a stir?
Is something the matter, Silus? You look upset. Here, maybe you'd better step out for a moment. You've upset him.
Now, I don't think we want to actually do this unless... What do you... What? Okay, all right. All right, let's see. If we leave, what happens?
Miserable fucking degenerate.
I don't know. I thought he seemed like a nice guy.
If we were on the other side of the river, I'd have him torn apart by dogs.
That's a long walk, Silus. I don't think it's gonna happen. You'd better just talk.
Your tactics are a joke.
If you don't like dealing with me, I can bring my friend back in.
Both of you can rot.
Have it your way. Come on back in. I think he misses you.
Okay, wow, this is way longer than I even realized. Hi there!
We don't have anything to discuss, worm.
But I want to know how a coward can attain the rank of Centurion.
Coward? I've faced odds that would make your NCR soldiers wet themselves. I've led charges against men with guns, carrying only my knife. And I can tell you, it was they who feared me. But suicide is a weak death on a battlefield. It says to your enemy that you fear capture. It says if you're caught, you can be broken.
So you were unafraid to cut any throat but your own?
You think I'm going to slit my throat for some megalomaniacal self-appointed dictator? I didn't work my way up to have it all be taken from me out of some irrational paranoia. Caesar's losing it. I believe that. He's been shutting himself in his tent. Privately, he complains of headaches. Whatever it is, it's affecting his ability to lead.
We're just gonna continue listening.
Time was essential for my mission, but we waited 3 days for him to dispatch us. Another of his headaches. Does that sound like a man in command? He has an operative planted in this very base, but does he use his agent to rescue me? No. He's content to have the agent spend his nights radioing troop positions back to our base camp. He knows I'm here, and he's left me to rot.
Who's the operative?
I don't know. I know he sends intelligence by radio in the middle of the night. Sometimes that intelligence would find its way to my cantery.
I don't believe you. You're lying.
Then you're a fool. That man reports to Caesar on what I do here. The Legion isn't going to take me back. My only hope is to escape and disappear. But if I escape and he reports it, they'll hunt me down as long as I live. It served me to report him as much as it served you.
See? Don't you feel better now that you've divulged all those state secrets?
I hope the Legion burns your wretched body at the stake when they conquer this place. Nothing I could tell you would do anything to stop that.
Oh, you little sour. It's okay. It'll all be alright. Is she just gonna... Are we done? Hello? She's just gonna leave now?
Hello?
Do you have any thoughts about that?
You did well. I don't know how you did it without putting a scratch on him, and I'm a little disappointed personally, but it saved the NCR some face. And it could save us more than that when all is said and done. I'm gonna talk to some people when we're through here. This is about double the standard fee we'd give a consultant, but from what I saw, you're more of an artist. So think of this as your commission.
Okay, does that give us a level up? No, we get 300 bottle caps. Not bad, plus some NCR fame. Goodbye.
Yep. See you around.
So unfortunately, that didn't go the way that I planned. If you kill this guy, if he dies, if there's an unfortunate accident, Boone really likes it. But it might be fine. We might be able to do another quest here and get Boone's final point anyways. So we'll probably start the next episode with that. If not, I'm going to make a new save, and we'll load this up and just do this, kill him in the room, and then get that point, and then get the point from the quest that's going to be coming up as well. All right, so we're going to end the episode here, ladies and gents. This episode is just going on very long. I wanted to end with some combat or something. I don't know. Hopefully... y'all were able to sit through all that dialogue. Like I said, in the future, I'm going to be trying to, switch everything up, of course. I really don't like having episodes that are purely dialogue, as I'm sure most of the people don't like watching. But hey, if you don't mind it, or if you even enjoyed it, awesome. But yeah, in the next episode, we'll start with an actual quest, I promise. Thank you so much for watching this one, and thank you so much to the patrons and everybody else supporting me, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye-bye!